M. Fletcher Brown, another artist video blog at KIX96country.com. Our guest today, all the way from Kentucky by way of Nashville, Tennessee, Brookhlyn Woods. Brookhlyn, welcome to KIX Country.
Thank you.
All right, now, we've got a wild thing on the couch today, or at least that's as the single implies.
No, I'm not the wild thing.
No.
No. The dirty boys are the wild thing. Sorry.
Dirty boys. I thought you meant me. I was like, I'm clean. I took a shower this morning and everything. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about your single. Like, what's the single? What's the song about?
The single, When You Love a Wild Thing, of course, it's about trying to take a wild thing and try to make him into somebody who is good.
Okay.
Which, never works out.
I was about to say, you had much luck with it?
No. I've actually tried this at least 4 times, and I have failed miserably all 4 times. The song was given to me, it was pitched to me by my manager, Bernard Porter, and it was written by 3 ladies from Nashville, Megan Redmond, Danielle Lauderdale, and Erica Hoyt. Mm-hmm. They actually had this song on hold for Miranda Lambert forever, would not give it to anybody. So we were like, I was like, man, I really want that song. And so it took us about a year, but we finally bribed these people to let us have their song. And we said, well, listen, if you give us the song, then we'll do a cool video to it and stuff, and we'll do it justice. So that's what we did, and we actually got to film a video in my hometown of Lineage, Kentucky, which turned out really cool, and which you can look at on YouTube.
Absolutely. I've seen it. It's actually really, really good.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Lineage, Kentucky. One of the things your bios talks about is that you, as a songwriter, mm-hmm. you favor artists like Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn,
yes.
and you really more or less were raised on music of that era and artists like that.
I actually live maybe 2.5 hours from where Loretta Lynn actually grew up in Butcher Holler
mm-hmm.
in Kentucky. It's kind of closer to Prestonsburg. I'm a little bit more south of that, but yeah, that's who I grew up on. And then as time evolved and things and other artists came into the light, I favor Miranda Lambert and Casey Musgraves as well, because they kind of have that real traditional country vibe as well.
Mm-hmm. So in your songwriting, the album's not finished yet.
No, we're doing an EP.
Okay, you got the EP, but that features some of your own personal songs. Like you said, this song was given to you, but you do feature some of your own.
Yeah, I actually have one that I did have a hand in writing. I wrote it with my producer Stephen Lewicki and a woman mm-hmm. named Cindy Morgan, who's also from Kentucky. And we were actually sitting around one day, and we sat down because I was like, man, we really need some more material to work with, and I really wanted to have a hand in writing something on the EP, and we were like, okay. So we sat around in a circle, and Stephen just started picking a tune. We knew we wanted it to be upbeat, mm-hmm. so he started picking this little tune, dawdling his head. It's like, all right, yeah, it's cool. And so, of course, we're talking about country music, mm-hmm. so we're talking about love gone wrong and love gone right, and as I said before, 99% of the time, mine's love gone wrong. All the time. Okay, so we started talking about different ones, and I started talking about this, and I was like, well, listen, he's got so many problems that you could probably split that up into about 5 or 6 different songs, so we just need to focus on one. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I dated this one guy one time, and he's a great guy. I really wish I wouldn't even dated him. He's got a great personality.
You were so good, I wish I'd never met you. There's a country song right there.
He's a great guy, and I wish I'd really never dated him, but he was cool to hang out with, but I swear to God, he lied so much he believed his own
Great
lies.
Guy, lied constantly.
Let me tell you, he was actually a police officer, and he went to take a polygraph test, and he believed his lies so much that he passed his test.
Those are the best lies.
Yeah, I swear. And so I was like, we were talking about that, and Cindy said, so he's kind of like the devil with the angel's face. I was like, that's perfect.
I'm thinking, okay, first of all, let's look at the bar. Brookhlyn Woods is like, where, if great guys over here and bad guys over here, and you're a pathological liar, you're going to be over here somewhere. Just let's keep that in mind now. Great guy. Anyway, please.
Well, everybody's got their flaws. It could be like a serial killer or something.
You're right. That would put you well over in this area. So down the scale.
So yeah, and then we ended up playing that song. We actually wrote it in about 35 minutes. It turned out being a super cool little tune that we're pretty proud of.
And it's going to be on the EP?
Yeah.
All right. So the song about the liar guy, you got to get the EP so you can hear the song.
The first time I actually performed it, it was at a local pizza joint in my hometown, and he's a police officer in my hometown. So we were playing it, and I was telling the story beforehand. And while I was telling the story, he walks in his police uniform, and he knows exactly who I'm talking about because I called him up. I was like, "Hey, I wrote a song about you today." I was like, "It's not in your favor, but it's a really good song." He's like, "Oh my God, Brooke!" But anyway, he walked in, he like flipped over a pizza. He sat down, he's blood red in the face. He was so embarrassed, but
see, I would just own that. I'd be like, "Yes, I do say that. I do." That would be me, if that would be a song. All right, so you're on your radio tour now. Your first radio tour.
Yeah.
You've been all over the place.
Yeah.
So what's one of the more interesting things that's happened to you out on the road with these knuckleheads that you travel with?
I got pulled over today. That was pretty
by a Florence Russell Shoals police officer?
Where was we?
Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg.
Our friends in Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, see, I would say something about last week, but we were in Indiana and Illinois, and there wasn't nothing but cornfields.
And plus what happens in Indiana stays in Indiana. So.
Obviously. And then, so we got pulled over today, but I got out of it 63 and a 45. That's pretty good.
So, Brookhlyn Woods, also a speed demon. We're learning all of these things about you. So, you have a NASCAR team.
Yeah. Definitely got a lead foot.
All right. So, okay, by the way, the single is When You Love a Wild Thing.
Yes.
And when is the EP for? Is it forthcoming? When is it due out?
We haven't decided on a release date yet, but we'll put that out as soon as we know.
The single's on iTunes?
Yes, the single's on iTunes.
And the video?
And then, it's not on iTunes, but it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
YouTube. But yeah, I got 2 other songs on iTunes right now. But we haven't got The Devil's Got an Angel's Face about the liar. We haven't got that one on there yet. So, you'll have to listen.
I want that song.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say for the record, I am not I play chess. I'm really boring, actually. I'm not wild at all. So where can folks find you on the interweb if they want to look for you?
You can find me, the best way to find me is brooklynwoods.com. Brooklyn's spelled funny, so it's BROOKLYHN.
I was going to ask you about that. That spelling, where did your parents come up with that spelling?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So we don't know. Awesome.
I have no idea. My middle name is Jade, and it's spelled Jhade also.
Really?
Yeah. My mom got a little wild with the matches.
I would say so.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interview for another time. We're going to interview Brooklyn's mom. It's like, so the name, what's with all the H's?
Yeah.
So brooklynwoods.com?
Yes, brooklynwoods.com. That'll, there's links to all my social media, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Love posting Instagram pictures. If there's anything important on television, like the Miss Universe pageant, I'm usually like live tweeting from the event.
From the event? You were at Miss Universe?
No, not from the event. From the household, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God.
But it's like being there. If you drink enough tequila, you're there.
Pretty much. Yeah.
What about Twitter?
Twitter. Oh, what about it?
Are you on Twitter? What's your Twitter handle?
Yeah. It's Brooklyn_Woods. And it's all, I'm pretty sure my name for everything is the same. I'm pretty sure it's Brooklyn_Woods for everything.
All right. And so it's you. You're actually, if people tweet you, you'll tweet them back, or it's not like street team people.
No. I don't even have a street team.
Okay. The pride of Lynch, Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn Woods. We're going to get a chance to hear a live performance for her. Look for a live performance video elsewhere on our website. And you promise to come back and see us, okay?
Yes, definitely.
All right? And you take your time. We're close by. You don't have to speed.
Yeah.
You don't have to do 65, 70, 40. Because up around there, there's horses and buggies that...
I'm sure that we were in deep conversation, and I was not even paying attention to how I was driving, in my defense.
Brooklyn Woods, ladies and gentlemen, our guest today, and we'll see you next time. Another artist video blog at KIX96country.com.